Hi, I'm Darlene.
I'm Gene.
We're the Roaming Retirees, and in today's video, we're going to be visiting Hakone, Japan. Hakone is about 61 miles from Tokyo. If you take it train or drive, it should be about an hour and a half, but we had a little bit of a different experience.
Yeah, I would say this is one of those days when you go out and you travel and you think, I've got everything planned out, I know where it's going, and things just don't go as planned, and you just have to go with the flow. Right. And basically this is what this day turned into for us.
Yeah.
And
we ended up going to Hakone with our extended family there. They drove and we got a little bit of a late start. And then the traffic, this was a Friday, and the traffic was beyond horrible. So what should have been an hour and a half drive took us 3 hours to get there.
Yes,
that was really long.
and another thing I can say, when you're going out and you're going to plan your day and you're going out on a day trip to go travel, make sure you check the weather.
Yeah, we actually didn't look at the weather before we left. We kind of just had the day. This was the day we had set aside. This is the day that our family had taken time off from work. So weather wasn't really a factor for us to check because that was the day we had available. But I would say check the weather if you have a situation where you're going to go, because we did not check the weather. And when we got to Hakone, it was beyond cold and really windy.
Yes.
So, and we didn't have rain, which was good, but it was so cold and we were not dressed for it at all. And the wind was so high that there were times where they were making announcements that they may be closing the gondolas. So be sure you check the weather on that. But before we get too far into the video, we're going to give you a quick update on where we are with the sale of our house. So where are we, dear?
Well, we're still in it, and we're here. The market in Florida is not good at all right at this point right now. We have lowered the price a little bit, and we feel that we're getting more into the price range.
Oh, we're definitely in the price range now. If we can't sell it at this price point, then it's just not going to sell.
Yeah.
But we have come down on the price substantially from where we started 9 months ago. It's been 9 months since we listed the house. Our agent has worked her little fanny off trying to get it sold. She's advertised. We're in magazines. We're on social media. We're all over the place. But it's just...
it's just the market.
It's just the market's very slow.
Yeah.
And we're finding, because the competition in our community, our particular community, plus we live right next door to Margaritaville. So when we look at our community and then we're competing with Margaritaville, and I think in our community, what do we have, 31 houses for sale?
Yeah.
Yeah, so just
it has definitely become a buyer's market. It's not a seller's market at all. And
no. But we're hopeful. We've actually started getting some showings in the last 2 weeks since we've been home from Japan. We have had more showings probably in the last 2 weeks than we had in the last 6 months. So
yeah,
that's been a good thing.
So it's picking up, and I think it's going to go pretty soon.
Yeah, we feel hopeful.
But everybody that asks us, how's the sale of your house going? Trust me, when we get an offer, you'll see the fireworks show going on.
we're gonna be celebrating. You're gonna have balloons and fireworks and everything out here. But anyway, we're ready to go. Actually, this trip to Japan gave us a taste of what we know we want to do. And it was a good test run for us because we packed with just our roller bag and just our carry-on. And
actually realized we had even overpacked that.
Yeah, we had overpacked that. And we actually know there's a few adjustments that we're going to have to make. But on the same token, we were going, the weather was cold in Japan. We actually had snow one day while we were there. It wasn't quite springtime yet. It was right before cherry blossom, and cherry blossom was just coming while we were there. So the weather was kind of hit and miss. Some days we didn't really get a lot of rain there, but it was kind of cool some days. And then, like I said, we even had snow one day, but realistically, trying to pack, because we had winter coats and, you know, all this stuff, which when we're full-time traveling, we're not going to have all that. So we're traveling following weather. We're going to be mostly in shorts weather, just like we live in Florida. He and I do not like cold. So we're just like, we're not going to be doing that. But anyway, so back to Hakone. When we went to Hakone, that was, it was not, there's a loop that you can do. There is like, I put a map at the end of the video and you can see the loop, and if you'd like to freeze frame it and copy it, or I can put a link in. But there's a loop that usually if you take the train, you get off the train, you ride the bus, it takes you to the pirate ship. You get on the pirate ship, you go across, you know, there's the pagoda, the floating pagoda, and then you go, or not pagoda, but what is that called? The Torii Gate. So there's a floating Torii Gate, and then you go to the gondolas, to the ropeways. And the ropeways go in different directions, and so you can ropeway down one part of the mountain, and then you can ropeway down another part of the mountain, and then you return back to the pirate ship area, loading zone, and then back on the bus you go. And so if you follow that and you do the big loop, which is kind of what we originally intended to do, then it would have worked smooth. I mean, if we would have followed it, it would have went smoothly. But because we got there very late, and then the traffic was bad, even up there, being in the car, I would recommend driving, taking the train and doing the bus and doing all that. That's my recommendation. Because it was really, really bad traffic. I mean, we must have sat just to get from the bottom ropeway to the top ropeway parking lot. We must have sat in that for over an hour. So traffic was really bad, and did that. And with the weather not being the greatest, I mean, it wasn't horrible, but it was so cold. It was cold. It was really cold. So it was beyond cold.
So to go jump on a boat and go sail out across the lake in heavy wind and freezing cold, that wasn't appealing. So we skipped that part. We skipped
the boat. I mean, someday we'll return to Japan, and maybe we'll go back and try it again, and a little bit later in the season, and try getting all the whole, there's like a castle up there somewhere, and we didn't even get near to go see that either. No. So what we did, we stopped at the lake. We went up, we rode the gondolas in both directions. We had lunch at the top of the mountain, and that was pretty much our trip. So, so this video is shorter. There's not a lot to see except for some of the volcanic activity that's coming out of the mountain. There's a lot of, what are those called? The sulfur pots or whatever they're called.
They're
hot springs.
Thermal vents.
Thermal vents, okay, yeah. I'm not a volcano person, but
I'm not either.
But it stunk. We were going over the gondola, and it was like, oh, hold your breath, because this stinks really bad. But it was cool to see. You know, like I said, it was great just to be out and see the mountains and stuff like that. But the day itself just didn't go quite as planned. Just the weather had a lot to do with it, and the traffic. So anyway.
So like we said, it's one of those days where you have it all planned out and think, oh, it's going to go nice and smooth, and you're going to have a great day, and you just have things that don't go. I mean, we got to spend it with our family and the kids, and
good.
We enjoyed the heck out of that. And so just spending time together with those, but we don't get stressed out over, hey, we're not going to be able to do this. Oh, we might not be able to see this or do whatever.
No.
I mean, you're just going to have days where things just go wrong.
And that's what we were saying in our travels. I mean, in the past, because we have done quite a bit of traveling already, just in our travels, when things don't go right, you can't stress out over it. You can't go, oh my gosh, you know, this isn't the way we planned this. You just kind of have to learn to go with the flow. And as we come upon when we start our actual full-time travel, once we sell the house that we've now named the Anchor, because it's become an anchor. But we once we sell the house, then we know that things are going to happen. Oh, we had one trip in our travels here, and I don't know if we talked about that before, but we had one trip where we went to meet my cousin for dinner. My cousin happened to be in Tokyo while we were there, so we had to take 3 trains, I think it took us to get from Yokohama to Tokyo from where we were. And we got to Tokyo just fine.
No,
and had
Shin Yokohama.
Shin Yokohama,
That's
okay.
very important.
Yeah, okay, Shin Yokohama. So we actually got there fine. And then when we were coming back, we were asking the attendant at the train station, where we needed to get back to here and Shin Yokohama, but they sent us to Yokohama station, which was not the same as Shin Yokohama.
Yeah, it's not the same.
And I punched it into our navigator, so I put in Shin Yokohama station, and I'm looking at the navigator while we're sitting on the train, and it's literally like this. We're going this way. And so, we're supposed to be going this way, and our train is going this way. So we knew we were going in the wrong direction. I was like, oh my gosh, we're on the wrong train. We're supposed to be way over here. And how are we going to get there? And it took us several trains, get off one station, get on another train, get off another station, and get on another train. But we finally found our way on our own, because we did try to ask for directions again, and somebody else was trying to direct us right back to the wrong train again. And so we actually kind of figured it out on our own and got on that train. And so by the time we had left Japan, we felt like we were professional train riders.
Yeah.
we knew how to run that system down. So anyway, but you can't get worried about stuff when things don't go right, you know?
I mean, basically what happened when we were coming back there and we're on the wrong train, it turned our, what was it, half hour, 45-minute train ride into 2.5 hours, or whatever it was to get back.
It was a long time.
But
and
hey,
it was nighttime too, so that was another, factor, because we're out there at, 10 o'clock at night, 10:30 at night, trying to figure out how to get back to our proper train station that we needed to be at to get to our hotel. So anyway, things happen, life happens. Well, when we went to Hakone, life happened that day. So it was not the day, like I said, we originally planned, but it worked out fine. We got to see some scenery. We did see Mount Fuji that day. Actually, we saw Fuji the best while we were driving down, coming toward Hakone. It was clear as a bell, but once we got out and some kind of fog or something rolled in, and it was so hazy.
Yeah, and I don't know if that comes from the vents or if it's just the fog rolls in because you're in the mountains or what. But
it was very hazy, so windy, hazy, cold. It didn't make for you wanted to be outside at all. So, like he said, riding the boat was
one I would actually plan
springtime,
early summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're kind of still at the end of winter, right at beginning of.
Right.
I think if we would have been a month later, it probably would have been perfect.
Yeah, I think so too. There was still snow. We got up there and there's still snow all over the ground. So, we hit 2 places where there was a lot of snow, and that was Hakone and Nagano. So we were there in March. So you got to figure, in March it's still kind of winter there in Japan. So
maybe April, May, right in there.
Maybe recommending April or May.
Yeah.
So anyway, so we hope you enjoy the shorter video that we have of Hakone, and we'll see you on the backside.
All right.
Have a good one.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
This is Lake Ashi. And it's cold. We're way up in the mountains. Been driving for like 3 hours. Dad's trying to push me off this ledge I'm standing on. Mommy's holding on to me so I won't fall. There's the pirate ships. Oh, this is so cold here. I think it's time for the car. Okay, we're up here on this mountain. There's thermal pots. Oh my gosh, I had smell-o-vision, so you can smell this thermal gas coming out of the hill over there. See? Reminds me of her. Okay, look at down below. Going over the volcano. Yeah, it has a smell. We need smell-o-vision. Seeping out from everywhere. Because that was a round trip ticket. Danger! There's Dad moving around. Oh, stay still, Dad. Kimatoshi.
Don't stand! Okay. Oh, Dad? Oh, Dad. Give it this.
All by himself.
Yes. Hi. Tea.
Our own private car coming up. There's Dad standing. Here's Kimatoshi. Hi. Wave. Hi. And there's our beautiful view. Oh, look, good job, he let go. Oh, and here's all the smoke coming up. Oh, wow. Look at all the volcano. the mountain looks like it's about to erupt. Oh, it's very windy.
On the first floor, you will find various Hakone Ropeway merchandise that are
It really stinks. Sticky.
invite you to have a look. When the gondola comes to a closing stop, make sure you have all of your belongings with you, and please watch your step as you exit. 前方即将到达大有古站，前往廊坊、桃园台或返回早云山站的乘客，请在这里换车。大有古站的2楼有一座餐厅，可以品尝到著名的大有古炸猪排咖喱饭。车站1楼设有纪念品商店，销售各类香根空中缆车的相关商品，竭诚恭候您的光临。在缆车完全停稳之前，请不要急于下车。下车时，请留意包起您的随身物品，并请注意脚下安全。
레이크. 아시노코 레이크. 마운트 fuji.
Kind of hazy, so you can't see really things. Oh my gosh, the wind. What's the name of the lake, Tomoe?
아시노코.
Ashinoko?
아시노코.
Ashinoko Lake.
On clear days, you can see majestic mountain tea on the mountain.
Little dirty glass, but it'll have to do. It's very windy today. So I'm surprised they're letting the gondolas run. It's extremely windy. Oh, shaking.
This ropeway is found
Yeah. Him and Rima. Rima would scream.
Those two are cowards.
Yes. I agree. Cowards. It's a pirate ship.
Yeah, don't see anybody up.
So there were a lot of things that we didn't get to do in the Hakone area, including the Open Air Museum, the Venetian Glass Museum, the Otawara Castle, and the Botanical Gardens. So if you get to the Hakone area, make sure you take a day or two and spend time and see and do everything that Hakone has to offer.